Welcome to ACC TLED Updates, our monthly webcast showcasing offices and programs in the Teaching and Learning Excellence Division, or TLED as we like to call it. My name is Dr. Rachel Barrera, and I'm a content strategist for the Instructional Web Development Team located at the Pinnacle campus, and your host for today. We'd like to encourage you to tweet about this webcast using hashtag TLED Updates and hashtag ACC TLED. You can also direct any questions about this webcast to us via email at tled@austincc.edu. Over the past year, TLED has been working to streamline our outreach and communications with faculty. This month, we've invited Courtney Grahams to talk with us in more detail about her faculty communications work. Welcome to the webcast, Courtney.
Thanks for having me, Rachel. You know, it's really funny. Over the past year, I've been sort of behind the scenes on these webcasts, getting other people into this seat, but today I'm in the hot seat, so it'll be fun.
So how does it feel to be in the hot seat?
A little nerve-wracking, but I'm excited to share my work with faculty and staff at ACC.
So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you came, before you came to ACC?
Sure. So I've been at Austin Community College for about 4 years now, and in various different roles, and now I'm leading initiatives in faculty communications for the Teaching and Learning Excellence Division.
So now historically, before TLED was shifted around as part of the reorganization, what sort of communications strategy was in place?
Well, there wasn't really as much of a strategy per se, because before Dr. Susan Thomason became our Associate Vice President, the 12 or so offices under her umbrella were sort of working separately and promoting as needed for their programs and services. They had to get the word out, so they got the word out however they felt would be helpful. So they weren't necessarily collaborating on a communication strategy for faculty communications, and everything was coming out piecemeal and not necessarily on a timeline in collaboration with each other.
So I heard you say like 12 departments,
yes,
just emailing faculty.
Yes.
So now that you're in this position, what does all that entail?
Well, I oversee any and all faculty communications that comes out of TLED, so I'm collaborating with those 12 different areas, and they all serve faculty in some way or provide resources to faculty or maybe collaborate with faculty to do something for students. And so I've become the funnel for all of that information to get that get those programs out to faculty.
So there's no longer 12 departments doing their own thing. Now it's just, you're the funnel.
Exactly, it's much more streamlined. Mm-hmm.
And how did you come up with your communication strategy? What kind of things did you do to come up with it?
Well, last summer I performed a communications audit. I spent a lot of time talking with the leadership in the Teaching and Learning Excellence Division to see where they were having issues communicating with faculty, maybe where they saw gaps, and what was happening that was successful. And I created this sort of crazy looking map where it was beginning to feel like over communication, because if you look at the map, there's like all these different directions of like social media and email, and faculty were getting hit a lot with email. And then I did one-on-one interviews with faculty to sort of get their perspective and how they were feeling about communications at the current point in time. And of course, there's the common complaint that they're getting inundated with emails all the time, which makes sense when you look at the way that I've mapped it out. Like, there are tons of areas besides our division that even send emails to faculty so frequently. So it was interesting to sort of look at, okay, I need to meet the needs of the faculty and of our leadership in TLED, and it was interesting to come up with a strategy that will satisfy both of those groups, because oftentimes leadership felt like, okay, we're not reaching faculty, they're not engaging, and faculty felt like, oh my gosh, this is way too much. So
what does the communication strategy look like now?
So we are mainly communicating in 4 different ways. We're definitely doing email, social media, we're doing signage, and then outreach events and webcasts like this one.
And so let's talk about email, because that seems like a hot topic, but also that's like the most common way that we reach faculty is through email. Mm-hmm. And not everybody checks it every day. So what kind of strategy are you employing specifically with email?
Well, with email, you know, historically we were sending things out piecemeal, and now we're batching information. So I'm curating all the things that TLED needs to share with faculty and putting them into one email a week. We've severely cut down on like the tons of email blasts that go out during the week. So every faculty member every Sunday can expect to receive a weekly events digest that tells them what different professional development events are going on at ACC, or maybe even other more community events at ACC that they might want to get involved with. We also include online webinars in that publication and any little pieces of college news that they might have missed in the past couple of weeks.
And what about the Faculty Connect newsletter? What does that include?
That's a much bigger publication that we share at the beginning of each month, and that's sort of to give faculty an idea of what's coming up for the rest of the month. So you'll see all of the events for faculty, and again, this is aimed only at faculty. You'll see all the events for the month listed, and then we have some really great articles that we include in there as well. So for our 2017-2018 calendar, the theme was sustainable assignments. So every month you'll see the blog post in there about a new sustainable assignment you can incorporate into your course or try out. And then we've got interesting articles about the behind the scenes work we're doing in TLED to give faculty a better idea of what's going on. And then the most popular thing, of course, is our faculty spotlights, because we go and interview faculty and learn about their teaching and learning successes, and then we share that with a broader audience. And these newsletters have become really popular. We've actually got a 30% higher average open rate than the industry standard for higher education, and so faculty are really engaging with it.
So I've always been interested in social media.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of experience in social media, and I know this semester you've had a social media intern. Can you share more about that?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Dr. Sam Greer. He's our Director of Cooperative Education and Internships, and he's the one that helped set up this internship for us and recruit ACC students to apply. So over the past several months, Angela Bullard has been doing really awesome stuff for us. She's created social media monthly plans for us, looked at our data analytics, and also one of her creative projects was to create an Instagram for TLED. So if you like to follow us, you can look for us on Instagram. And for our Facebook and Twitter accounts, you can expect to see, event recaps, sort of outcomes that from the conversations we've had at different professional development opportunities, lots of photos, and then what I'm most proud of is something that Angela's worked on is our hashtag ACC Excellence campaign, which you can see on Facebook and Instagram. And what that's become is this really amazing way to tell stories about our faculty and staff here at ACC. We're getting to know what they do and why they do their work, and then also getting to know a little bit more about the personal side as well. And people are really engaging with those stories online.
So you talked a lot about a few outreach events. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, so over the past year, we've had a couple of different events where we've invited faculty, department chairs, deans, and administrative assistants who support those areas to join us in events where we share information with them about what's going on in TLED, and then we have conversations about what we can do better in TLED and at the college. And those brainstorms have come up with really awesome ideas. Like, just for example, a theme that's been popping up is this concern that faculty might not know all of the different student support services we have available at ACC, because there are so many and things change, and there are so many different life issues that students might be dealing with. And so that's just an example of something that's motivated me to work on creating partnerships with student services this summer to find a more creative way or a more efficient way to share that information with faculty, since they're the boots on the ground and get to see students on a daily basis.
And I think you're also working on signage. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, our graphic designer, Amanda Trimble, does a beautiful job for us creating graphics for different programs. And normally what we would do is she would design things for email, social media, postcards, posters, and what we've added to that list is digital signage. So at every campus, you've probably seen the different TV monitors that we have up, and you'll see advertisements from Student Life, or maybe there's a weather forecast being displayed, and now you'll also see promotions from the Teaching and Learning Excellence Division. And this has been our way to sort of go green with our promotions, and I'm excited to see what faculty think of going paperless this summer, because I would love to be entirely sustainable with our marketing.
And so you're going to get some more feedback over the summer through a survey?
Yes, faculty can expect to receive a survey in June. We've been doing this work for about a year now, and I want to know what faculty think, what we should definitely keep doing, maybe what we should tweak. And of course, there will be that question in there about whether we should go paperless.
And so what else should faculty be looking for this summer from Faculty Communications?
Well, we're sort of event light this summer, so there's not necessarily a reason to release an email every week about an events digest. So what I'm going to be doing is collaborating with our faculty development coordinators, Chelsea Biggerstaff and Jeff Johanigman, and we're going to curate a lot of different online resources and webinars and professional development opportunities that we can package and share with faculty over the summer. And then the second thing we've got going on, I'm really excited about, is a social media takeover. We've literally invited faculty to manage our social media platforms this summer for either a week or two at a time so that they can share their successes and challenges in the classroom. They can have those conversations in a more public space on social media and really engage their colleagues in that time.
So I know over the summer you're going to go a little bit lighter. So if faculty might have a little bit of extra time, can you talk a little bit about the digital portfolio and what that has?
Yeah, so if you'd like to take a closer look at my work and see more of the details rather than just the overview we've shared today, you can look at our digital portfolio for 2017-2018 to sort of inform you of the other things that I've done this year before you get the survey. And you can find that at tled.austincc.edu/facultycoms.
And so if another area we're interested to work with you in promoting an opportunity or event to faculty, what should they do?
They should definitely reach out to me, give me a call. I'm happy to collaborate and strategize on the best way to get information out to faculty. I've been working with college marketing a lot to determine, what's the best channel for different pieces of information. And so whether it's coming through me or college marketing, I'm happy to help.
Cool. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's very exciting to learn about all these efforts for faculty communications.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And to all of our viewers, for more teaching and learning excellence updates, please follow us on social media at ACC TLED. Thank you for joining us today. That's our webcast.